Hi guys, I am Abhinav and I am driving to work today in my Toyota Hilux. The weather is quite nice even though it's wreaked havoc in the mountains. But it's still okay over here. Traffic's not that bad early this morning. I mean, it's not early, it's 10:20 now, but it's not that bad. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about the Hilux and how easy or difficult is it to live with in my very first impressions of the vehicle. So I got it some 8-9 days ago and I've only done 360 kilometers on it, which mostly have been about commuting to work and back every single day. Just on Sunday I went to pick up my dirt motorcycle to Narayana from Basankunj and then had to roam around all of West Delhi to buy 2T oil for the two-stroke bike. So I mean, it's a pickup truck and it's a very long vehicle. So when I first got it, the first day when I was coming back on a Monday, I was coming back home. There was a lot of jam on the ring road, lots of traffic jam. And in those moments you realize that my God, it's a big vehicle because you can't really maneuver it. You can't switch lanes, nothing. You just have to drive it like a bus, single lane in the corner, and then bikers are coming from the side, and then you feel you might hit somebody or somebody else might just touch you because of the lens. You can't tell very easily. But then by the second day I got used to it. It started feeling easy to drive. You get used to the size. So driving around in the city, the size is not really much of a concern anymore, I feel. So it's going to be my daily pickup, daily vehicle. The reason why I got the Hilux and no other car is because I ride dirt bikes and I would want to transport my dirt bike in a very convenient manner. So you open the bed of the vehicle, you place the motorcycle, you cinch it down with ratchet straps, you take it anywhere, you take it to the trails over the weekend, or you take it to the mountains, and then you ride your bike there. So that was the whole idea, to have the option of just going anywhere, any point of time, without having to rely on anybody else. And that's pretty much it. That's the reason why I got myself a pickup truck. Now, driving in traffic now is not really a problem. I drive very slow. In the city I'm barely above 50 now. So it's got a lot of torque, this truck. I usually just drive it in the eco mode. It has two modes, economy and power. I let it be in the eco mode, and it's so much torque that you just feel like it's very easily rolling with bare minimum throttle. I get about 10 kilometers per liter in the city, which I feel is not bad for the size of the vehicle. I've also upsized the tires. I put in Maxxis Bravo 980 tires. I stuck to the stock rims, but I upsized the width. So these are 285/60 R18s compared to the 265/60 R18s. Those were on the stock vehicle. Those were highway terrain tires. Now I thought that earlier the plan was to go down to a 17-inch rim and to put BFG KO2s on it. 275/65 R17, which would have kept the overall diameter pretty much same. This tire is about an inch taller now than the stock tire, so the ride height has gone up by about half an inch. Anyway, so the initial plan was to put BFG KO2s, but then I realized, I remembered something. The last time I did something like that with my Thar, I had the new Thar and I sold it in a year, was because with those very heavy and very stiff BFGs, the city ride just became terrible. I hated it quite a lot. The braking became so bad because the unladen weight increases quite a bit. So there's a lot of additional rotational mass that you're trying to stop. And I just didn't like it. I did not like the car on those big steel wheels, 16-inch steel wheels, and big BFGs. Just bouncy, never settled. So I got rid of that vehicle because I thought that I'm having more fun in my Creta and in my SX4, because I don't do any off-roading in four-wheelers. I don't. The idea is to do off-roading on my motorcycles. So this is just going to be a traveling vehicle, an overlanding vehicle maybe, which also transports my motorcycle. I mean, spec sheet, it has the same engine as the Fortuner, 200 bhp, 500 Newton meters of torque. I'm sure I'm not going to need, the max of both. Yeah, that's not going to happen. But, so it has, a good thing is when that child came in front right now, it's got sensors at the front end and the back end. So, you're able to gauge whether you're approaching somebody, you're close to somebody, you might just hit somebody, and then the sensors, they beep, and the infotainment layout, the binnacle, it shows you which sensors beeping, which side is closed, and then you brake right then and there. 6-speed auto, very convenient to use. I don't drive aggressive, so it doesn't matter if it's a lazy gearbox. Just does the job. Like, it gets you from point A to point B without complaining. What I really like about this truck though is the ride quality. It drives like a car. It's not bouncy. It's very settled. I mean, the rear would be a little, I wouldn't say bouncy, I wouldn't call it unsettled, but it's just not as settled as a car, because there is no weight at the rear right now. So when it goes over, let's say, a rumble strip, you can expect it to behave a bit unlike a car if it's not loaded, because the whole point of having leaf spring suspension at the rear is you load it. It's I mean, maybe it just started as a farm vehicle, right? Yeah, it's a pickup. You throw in your load in the rear, and then it squats down. The rear leaf spring is doing its job, and then you drive it. But even here, running 31 psi right now, not a problem. It's very comfortable, very, very comfortable. The seats are very comfortable. I have decent under thigh support, good lumbar support. The shape of the seat is nice. It's generous. The driver's side seat is also electronically adjustable, so it's good, it's convenient. I like it. Driving in traffic, again, no problem really. Able to judge where to turn, how to turn. I mean, I'm sorry if it sounds extremely generic, because there's nothing technical to talk about. I mean, we're just driving to work. I have the optional accessory, the wireless charger from Toyota. I think it costs about 12,000 rupees or so, but it's fairly slow. I wish it were a little faster, but it's okay, at least there's something there. The AC is pretty great. This is the kind of traffic I drive in every day, so you can't really, I mean, no matter what you drive, it's all the same. So audio quality is okay. I mean, if you want to upgrade, It's okay, it's not bad. I'm not listening to music right now because I'm shooting this video. Audio is okay. The screen is 8 inches or so, which is okay. I get to see what I need to see. Apart from that, you see the sensor beep. Rear seat comfort. Now let's talk about rear seat comfort because I just remembered it. The front seats are great. Being a pickup, and it's the case with I've only sat in 2 pickups, the Isuzu V-Cross and this one in India, because these are the only 2 really available. The rear seat is okay. It's not that bad. It's still quite vertical, but then that is expected in a pickup truck because the cabin just closes absolutely 90 degrees, to the ground. So the seat is quite vertical. Whoever sat in the rear hasn't really complained so far. I sat in the rear for 5-7 minutes. I honestly did not like it. It's not a place where I'd be spending time. Whenever I'd be in the vehicle, I'd be driving. It anyway, I feel, is a 2-person vehicle, not even a 4-person vehicle. No, I don't consider a pickup a 4-person vehicle. It's for 2 people. You load your camping gear, you load your motorcycles, and maybe in the city you can have 2 people at the back, but I wouldn't want to. Since I don't like sitting at the back in this car, I wouldn't want anybody else to also be subjected to that because it will tire you out. Anyway, this is peak Delhi traffic. It's not even raining today, so yeah. I also got a tonneau cover. I got a trifold to cover the bed. The reason why I got a trifold is everything stays secure inside the truck, and I got and it's removable, right? So you can take it off when you put your bikes in. Now, if I had something else like a rolling shutter, it would still eat a little bit of space. Be it a manual rolling shutter or an automatic rolling shutter, it would still eat a little bit of space off the bed, and the bikes would be further back. And dirt bikes are generally long, with a long wheelbase, big wheels, 21/18. So I thought that this is the most practical option for me. If I'm just taking the bikes, I will remove the trifold. It's a 3-minute job, and then I store the trifold at home. I take the bikes, and yeah, I mean, there's not much to it. So trifold. Then a funny thing is, Toyota doesn't give a lock on the tailgate. I mean, at one level, I understand that the bed is completely open and exposed, right? So what's the point of a locking tailgate? But then, as soon as you cover it and you don't have a lock, your stuff is still easily accessible to anybody. So I got a tailgate installed at Bimra 4x4. And now we basically have a locked bed, so it could still swallow a lot of luggage, camping gear. So I have a little orchard at my village in Uttarakhand, so we've got apples there this season. So I'm gonna go and get apples in the vehicle in about a couple of weeks. Maybe 1,000, 1,500 pieces of apple. Easily the truck will swallow it, and even the ride would be very planted because there'll be weight in the rear. I believe the bed can take about 400 odd kilos officially. Unofficially maybe double. Won't put 1,000 kilos on it, but still. What other things do I have in mind? I need to get a set of those molded mats, because right now we're running fabric mats, and these are not the best because they get dirty and difficult to clean, whatever. Small things. I'll probably end up getting a PPF coat on the car. that'll protect it from little bit of swirl marks and whatnot. So that I feel is essential. I'll maybe get damping done in the doors to just make the cabin a little bit more insulated. I may also at some point of time upgrade the audio, because even though it's sufficient, I feel it could be a little nicer. It's okay, not that big of a deal. Then we need a dash cam in this vehicle, front and rear both, because what happens is when you have the tailgate open, the rear camera is on the tailgate, and when you have it open, when you have the bike in the bed, the rear camera's pointing downwards, so you can't really tell where you're reversing, because it's just impossible at that point of time, because the bikes, they anyway block the view at the rear. So we'll need a dash cam for sure, because today's Tuesday. Sunday, when I was in West Delhi looking for 2T oil and I had to go into those lanes, even though because it was Sunday there wasn't a lot of traffic there, but even in those lanes reversing was slightly challenging, because the bike was there, the camera was pointed downwards. I had no idea where exactly, like I wasn't 100% sure if there's anything behind me, because the camera is pointed downwards, so it keeps beeping constantly. It thinks that you're too close to objects and you can't see, you just can't see, so you have to rely on the outside rear view mirrors, or if you have somebody with you, you ask them to get down and then guide you. What else? The steering wheel is nice, it's got all the functions over here, standard in every car. It has a little bit of heft to it. I really like that. I like heavy steering wheels. It gives me a lot more confidence that the electric power steering wheels, it's also electric, but it has weight. I thought that this would be hydraulic, but if I'm not mistaken, this is an electric steering wheel. But it's got good heft to it. You need to muscle it a little bit, which I don't mind. I really don't mind. I'd rather have a heavy steering than a very light steering. And I've owned a lot of Hyundais earlier. They've all had shit steering wheels. Very light. I did put it in power mode a couple of times, and I did turn the traction off. The vehicle is fun like that, but who's gonna do that? Not me. I mean, maybe some would like doing that, but not me. If I want to, drive fast, I just take my Triumphs out. I mean, you can't get faster than in a car here realistically than you would on a sports bike. So yeah. Other than that, good commanding view. Sit very high up. So yeah. Anything else? Anything else? Let me think. The funny thing is that with the Hilux, ever since I got the Hilux, I've been working at my workplace in my office for about 16 years now, and I'm usually a very quiet person. I keep to myself. I don't really interact with people I don't have to interact with. So, but when you've been working for such a long time, other people in the building, they do know you, you do know them, but you wouldn't really interact. You'd just do a head nod and move on. Ever since I've got the truck, many people have come and spoken to me about it. That is what it does. Because it's just a unique vehicle. So not that I care about that. For me, it's just about it fits my use case scenario. But yeah, it's a good conversation starter to the truck. Yeah, man. So it's not just me who bought this truck, by the way. In my circle, a lot of friends bought the same truck at the same time. So we placed a bulk order. We got a decent discount, which I'm not going to mention. And we picked up the truck. So I have it in silver. My friend Dinesh, who you know as DCV Expeditions, he also picked it up in silver. Amit Simor, owner of Speed Monks, he also got a silver truck. Chetan got a red, and a few others got a red truck. Silver and red, that's been, you know, the ones that we picked the most. What do I not like about this truck? The braking could have been better, I feel. I wish the braking was better. It's just not sharp enough. Yes, it stops on time and everything, but it's just a little bit more power. That's pretty much it. The lights could be better, I would say, because the white fog lights, they're not very effective. But that just, it's easy bulb swap, right? At the end of the day. Maybe it's LED, I don't know, but it's an easy swap. Other than that, I don't really have a problem, and I just don't seem to have a problem with anything. I mean, it's a truck. Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of anything else that I don't really like. The only complaint that somebody had, because when they saw the truck for the first time, was a friend of mine at work. She said that, oh, no sunroof. The idea is that these roofs, they carry a rooftop tent, etc. A lot of people do that, so there's no real need for a sunroof here. I mean, I wouldn't mind it. It'd be nice to have, but it's okay. I mean, I don't care. Still not very sure about, you know, the DPF issue. I don't know how the truck will behave above 4,000 meters in the Himalayas, whether DPF is going to be a problem there. I believe somebody took it to Umligla as well, so shouldn't really be a problem, but I don't know. I wish this whole DPF thing didn't exist, but then emissions, what to do? Okay, we are almost there. You won't have to listen to my nonsense for long. But same story, man, every single time. No parking for my motorcycles in office because it's always full. And the truck also sometimes struggles for parking. Okay, there's plenty of parking today. Let's try and park it there. So the outside is all parking for the market, and the one in the middle is all for us people, NDTV employees. So let's just get it here. Now where do I park? I'll just do it here. I'll just leave it here and let this guy handle it. The parking guy, not this guy. Now the parking guy is going to sort it out. He will place it wherever he wants to place it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, so I'm not even sure if I'm going to put this video out. Hey, thank you guys for watching. This was a commute video, overview of the truck. If I have more things to say about it, I probably will once I discover in a video, and I'll let you guys know. Thank you. Bye bye.